right.
You have another question, I think.
I think I do, and it's up there.
All right,
so
cool.
This email question or text or whatever was sent to us, hopefully the person is watching. Looks like some fraction with, well, let's read it. It's always good to read the problem first. It says here, in 1 week, the family drank 14/16 cartons of chocolate milk. I love chocolate milk. Okay. 2 15 cartons of soy, okay, healthy family, and 6 3 cartons of regular milk, very healthy family. How much did the family drink altogether? Now there's a key term. Let's underline that in red. Altogether. Did they drink all together? What does that mean? Does that mean subtract, multiply, add, divide? Well, if you're doing everything together, that probably means to do a summation. Add them up. Add them up. So we are going to take these numbers here that they gave us and add them up, all fractions. So we got 14/16, 2 5/8. That's a mixed number. We'll get into that in a minute. And what was the last one? 6 3/4, another mixed number. All right, now that I have them, we're going to pull it down here a little bit. All right, now we, like we said, are going to add these guys. All right, we got one fraction here, which we could have reduced, but I'm not going to. Tell you why that in a second as well. And then we got 2 mixed numbers. Now, what's a mixed number? Well, a mixed number is a combination of a whole number and a fraction. So we got to make sure we take care of and we allocate for those whole numbers. All right, whenever we add fractions, the thing we want to do is find a common denominator. That means we're going to work with multiples a little bit here. All right, I look at my 3 denominators, 16, 8, and 4, and I can see right away what that LCD, lowest common denominator, is going to be. But I always work with the smaller numbers and see if they go into the larger one. And in this case, 4 goes into 16, nice, and 8 goes into 16. So our lowest common denominator is going to be 16. Now, I'm going to make sure I bring over those whole numbers. I don't want to forget about them. All right, we got to keep these fractions equivalent. Well, this 14/16 is not going to change. Denominator is already 16. All right, what times 8 gives me 16? Well, 8 times 2 is 16. Therefore, to keep it equivalent, I got to multiply the numerator by the same thing. 5 times 2 is 10. All right, 4 times what gives me 16? Well, 4 times 4. Therefore, same thing with the numerator. Otherwise, it's not equivalent anymore. So 3 times 4 is 12. Oh, yeah. Thanks. I did make a mistake here. I was just telling some of our audience here about mistakes, and there we go. This should be a 6. I was adding up the whole numbers already. Anyway, now we got our whole numbers. We got our equivalent fractions with the same LCD. All right, let's add them up. We'll add up our whole numbers first, and now I got my 8. Keep the denominator 16. Now we add up the numerators. Well, 14 and 10 is 24, and another 12 is 36. Okay? So now we can reduce this. I'm sure the person who called this one, and I hope they're watching, knows that we have to reduce this. Whenever the numerator is larger than the denominator, we know to reduce. Well, 16 will go into 36 twice, so we'll add that 2 to the 8 there, and we'll have a remainder of 4. Now again, we could stop there, but we should simplify it as far as this will go. 10, 4 over 16 can be reduced. Now we're going to go the other way. I know that, well, divide by 4. I'm going to divide both of these by 4. Okay, 4 divided by 4, let's keep the whole number, is 1. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Okay? So that's 10 1/4. It's a good idea. That's actually not just milk, but because they drank soy here, well, it's kind of milk. But they did drink all together 10 1/4 different types of milk. I think in today's testing, they do want you to answer the question, so I need to put some wordage in there. But thank you again for the person that sent that to us. Great question.